Last weekend, the Bobcats were in Cleveland at the OBM Arena, opened against Shaker Heights, and that was a 5-1 loss, rebounded with a 5-4 overtime win against Padua, and then lost 5-4 against Walsh Jesuit. The Bobcats are facing a riding high team in the Northview Wildcats after defeating U School and winning their tournament last weekend up at Tam O'Shanter Ice Arena. It's the Bobcats and the Wildcats, and it's next.
Right to Nick Powers. Powers in the net. He shoots. He scores. Biscuits in the net for the first time this season. Passing in front, shooting, and wide. It's loose, and what a save! Gavin Sudlow with the stick save. On his backhand, goes to his forehand. Now backhand right to Casson. Casson shoots. He scores. Powers, back and forth, shoots. He scores! Nick Powers! It's 4-1, baby! Let's go! Welcome out here to Slater Family Ice Arena as the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Northview Wildcats just about set to get underway here. Just give me 1 second. As the Bobcats, as you can see, wearing their alternate grays, their Winterfest jersey is going to be their new grays going forward into the future after this season. Starting lineup for the Bobcats will be Gavin Sudlow in net. I tweeted it out earlier. Braden Loomis and Easton Schick get the start on defense. And then Nick Powers, Cooper Feehan, and then centering those two is Shane Casson, the alternate captain. Other lines for the Bobcats include new alternate captain Luke Johnson. He gets the letter on his jersey for his play in the past couple of weeks. He'll be with Braden Clausen. That's the center for that line. And then right winger, the lone freshman for the Bobcats, is the other top six forward line. Then rotating wings on that third line will be Bryce Ebersbach centering Alex Lorenzen and JT Webb. And then the other line with Bryce Ebersbach centering Dempsey Fox and Camden McIntosh. Northview coming off of a big win over the number 2 ranked St. Francis de Sales Knights. Shutting them out last night 1-0 at Tam O'Shanter. Austin Nowak, their goaltender, has been red hot. Bobcats were able to get 5 past them though in their game a couple weekends ago up at Tamo, and the Bobcats won that one 5-1. Getting to him early is going to be key to the Bobcats. Other players to watch for the Wildcats, who wear their away blacks with the Northview crest across the front, is number 14 and number 17. Number 17, of course, Benny Seals, their leading scorer. He played for Anthony Wayne in his sophomore year. Now a senior for the Wildcats. And we'll step aside here 2 minutes. We'll have national anthem and starting lineups right here on YouTube.
on the campus of the Bowling Green State University for this NHC tilt between the Wildcats of Sylvania Northview and your Bowling Green Bobcats. Now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Wildcats, in goal, number 33, Austin Nowak. On defense, number 6, Landon Elliott. Also on defense, number 10, Riley Ames. At forward, number 5, Mason Crandall. At forward, number 18, Hayden Symbolic. And at forward, number 37, CJ Lehman. And the rest of the Wildcats, who are coached by Mr. Steve Elliott. Ladies and gentlemen, every home game, Bowling Green likes to recognize one BG Youth Hockey Association player who attends Bowling Green City Schools and is selected and recognized as a future Bobcat. Today we are privileged to have two. Please welcome to the ice from the Squirt Walleye in the BG Hockey Association, number 9, Bryant Schweitzer. Joining him in the starting lineup is the other end of the Twin Terrors, Peyton Schweitzer, wearing number 15. They both attend Trim Elementary in Bowling Green. Joining them in the starting lineup, in goal, number 30, Gavin Sudlow. On defense, number 13, Easton Schick. On the other point, number 18, Braden Loomis. At forward, number 19, Nick Powers. Also at forward, number 22, Cooper Feehan. And they're being centered today by number 23, Shane Casson. Please welcome the rest of the Bobcats. Head coach, Mr. Connor Rogowski, is assisted by Mr. Joe Kostick. Will everyone please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Again, starting lineups of the Bobcats will be Gavin Sudlow in net, Braden Loomis, Easton Schick on defense, and then Nick Powers line with Shane Casson and Cooper Feehan. We get the start up front for the Bobcats. Again, Bobcats wearing their alternate grays today, the Winterfest jerseys with the Bowling Green hockey crest across the front, nameplates with the black numbering on the white trim on those numbers. As the Bobcats break their huddle, they'll send out those 5 I mentioned. As Bobcats will try to get one here early against Austin Nowak, the goaltender that has shut out the 3 of the top 5 teams in Ohio in the last 2 weeks. Face-off won there by the Bobcats, and they'll send it over to Powers, who can't get it free. He'll deliver the big shoulder check. Icing waved off, though. Back to play is Braden Loomis, the sophomore defenseman. He'll go to the junior defenseman, Easton Schick. He'll try to get it out. Couldn't do so. Now to come back down around for Cooper Feehan and Loomis. They converge on it. Northview back on it. Feehan, though, takes it back. Now Northview sends it over to left point, looking for the shot, whiffing on it, and Casson can't get it out. Shot will go, save Sudlow, and he'll hold on to it. 30 seconds gone here in the first. Still nothing. It'll be Clausen, Johnson, and winger. Of course, Luke Johnson getting the alternate captain letter on his jersey. Face-off won there by the Bobcats. And in the corner, they'll send it around. Gallahan first 2, though. Gallahan trying to quick up to Johnson on the stick lift. Couldn't get it out. And it'll be Sudlow settling it down for Wisniewski. Wisniewski over to Johnson. Johnson, stangled one. Over to Wisniewski on a dangerous pass. He'll try to get it out of the zone, off the boards. Winger gets it out, and he'll dump it in. Now it'll be Austin Nowak for the Wildcats, settling it down. Johnson whiffs on a check. And now Winger trying to take the puck back, and Johnson as well tips his stick. Exiting the zone are the Wildcats, though. Comes right to Winger, though. Winger will Clausen called for a trip on a delayed penalty here on the Bobcats, as Northview trying to escape the zone, and they will. Johnson will touch up, and the Bobcats will head to the box here. It'll be Clausen heading to the box for 2 minutes. They're going to call him for a trip. It'll be Casson in for the face-off. Face-off won there by the Wildcats. They'll set up the power play. Left point shot blocked there by Powers.
Minor penalty to number 11, Braden Clausen. 2-minute minor for tripping.
Shot by Northview just goes wide, so Clausen's call for tripping a minute and a half into the period. It'll come back to Ames at the point, tipped by Casson at the point, and went wide. Now Northview cycling high. Battling in front is Loomis and Schick. Now deep slot. Puck will find the Nick Powers, though. Powers to squirt free on a breakaway here. It's Nick Powers in all alone. Power hand back into save. Nowak rebound. Casson. Shot wide. Now Northview towards the end of their first unit power play will turn it over. Powers. He'll dump it right back in for the Bobcats. Minute 10 gone left in the power play. Now it'll be Johnson trying to get the puck back over skates. Now Northview back into the zone onside around Moore. Shot saved by Sudlow. Cleared out of danger by Johnson. Powers still out after the long shift. Northview will find it back to the left point. Left point down left circle, walking in from the slot. Johnson forces him to go wide. Shot went wide. Now Powers finishing his check. He's been out there a long time. Loomis off the boards and out of the zone. Delayed offside as Powers took a slash. As Loomis will have to regroup for the Bobcats. Loomis off the boards, tried to get it to Johnson on the quick up. Couldn't corral the pass. 35 seconds left in the power play for the Wildcats. Johnson just trying to dangle some time and kill some time here. Gets the puck back, has Ebersbach high, waiting in the slot as Johnson takes a slash and nothing called. Now Ebersbach whiffs on the check. Northview going the way, 4-on-2. Into the zone, shot will go, save Sudlow. It's loose, and the whistle goes to halt play as the referee must have lost sight of the puck. With three and a little change gone here in the first. Still nothing. With 14 seconds left in the penalty to Clausen. Face-off won there by Casson. Wisniewski leaves it for Ebers, or I think that's Moore. Whiffs on the clearing attempt. Actually, it was Ebersbach. Now Casson trying to get it out. He will. Ebersbach to go forecheck Clausen. He's out of the box. Back to even strength for the Bobcats. Now Northview, as Clausen heads right to the bench. Able to break out with Ames. Puck poked off the number 14 for the Wildcats off his stick by Feehan, but back on it is Moore for the Bobcats over to Ebersbach. On his backhand, can't get it out. Back to help out is Moore. Now Ebersbach off the boards, try to find Casson, couldn't get it to him. As it'll be Northview controlling in their own zone. Now on the breakout, it'll be Powers back out. It's good to see him back out. Shot will go, save Sudlow. Back to the left point, shot again, tipped wide of the net by the Wildcats. Now Wisniewski. Back over to Powers. Powers up to Casson. He'll go the other way with Feehan 2-on-3. Casson dumped it in, and he'll head for a change. Now Northview looking for the stretch pass, tipped into the zone. Sudlow to play it around for Clausen. Clausen up to Johnson. Johnson wheels over to Powers. Powers lost it, poked off his stick. Powers now sends it self-pass behind the net. Leaves it for Gallahan. Gallahan over to Clausen. Couldn't corral it. Now Joseph off the boards gets it out for Johnson. Johnson and Clausen. Red line dumps it in. Nowak comes out of his net to play it. And now it'll come over back to the Wildcats on the far side. Unable to hold it in there was Joseph. Gallahan in a foot race. Hit hard there as a Wildcat, but gets the puck in. Now Clausen controlling. Uses Gallahan as a screen and the net. Get it over to Winger. Winger gets it, tried to dump it in, couldn't, off of a Wildcat, right back to Winger though. Now he'll get it back in deep, will Rhett Winger. And we'll see Alex Lorenzen first off the bench for this third line. As Ebersbach joins him. Now stretch pass by Northview, sends it in on net. Sudlow plays it to the corner for Schick. Schick looking head up, trying to find Webb. Dumped it up into neutral ice to Webb. Webb will dump it in. And Lorenzen on the forecheck. Leaves it for Webb and it turned it over in the slot as Bryce Ebersbach couldn't get there in time. Now it'll come over to Loomis, who lost it. Now it's number 14 in. Shot saved by Sudlow. As it was Seals. Shot again. Another save by Sudlow, poked off their stick of a Wildcat. Now Schick bodies a Wildcat. Over in Webb's pass, couldn't connect with Lorenzen. Now Loomis. Loomis around for Lorenzen. Lorenzen can't get it out. Ebersbach stands one up, and Lorenzen will send it down for an icing on the Bobcats. With 8:49 to go in the first. Still 0-0 between the Bobcats and the Wildcats. Face off for Casson. Casson will win the draw over to Moore. Bobcats are able to get it out as Northview has to regroup. They'll chip it back in on the delayed offside, icing waved off. Schick to play it over to Loomis. Loomis back to Schick. Schick off the boards, gets it out with a glove from Northview over to Feehan. Feehan will send it in and around. Nowak out of his net to play it. And Casson intercepts that off of a right to Feehan in the slot. Shot went wide. As it'll be holding it in there was Schick for a second. Can't hold it in though. As Schick sent it back in. Nowak to control for the Wildcats. They'll go D to D. Intercepted there by Feehan. Feehan, he's hit hard. High hit. Nothing called. Now it'll come to Winger, who can't hold it in. Northview still on it. Schick will chip it over off the boards and right to Casson though. Right back to the Wildcats who enter the zone. Shot was blocked there by Loomis. Schick plays it to the corner. Northview Wildcat falls down. Winger off the boards, still can't get it out. Now with the help he's interfered with, that'll be Clausen and Johnson going the way 2-on-2. Clausen into the zone, gets it to Johnson, couldn't corral the pass. Swings it towards the net, through the crease, no one home. As Moore backing up, it'll be Northview entering the zone around Winger. Gallahan played it over back to the Wildcats, and he'll get it back behind his own net, will Sean Gallahan. Gallahan now on the puck. Over to Johnson. His pass was deflected into the Bowling Green bench to halt play. There's a little delay here. Referee needed to tape something. The linesman, actually. As it'll be Clausen in for the draw for the Bobcats. He'll win it back to Gullahan. Gullahan up to winger, couldn't corral it. Northview sends it right back in. Wisniewski chips it right back out. Northview will regroup. And still in the neutral zone. They'll hit the red line and dump it in. Offside, or icing waved off. Gullahan runs over one. Clausen dangles the other. Clausen now dumps it in on net, or just wide of the net. Now Northview back on it. And it'll be a stretch pass here, poked off their stick, right back to the Wildcats, though. Able to get it out there was Johnson for the Bobcats. Now Northview sends it right back in, chipped off of Wisniewski, and now back in. And it'll be Gullahan. He'll take it up the ice, sees Webb and Johnson. He'll go with them. And now Ebersbach sidesteps one, creating a possible 2-on-1 here for Northview. Northview shot saved by Sudlow. It'll be Ebersbach in for the draw. He'll tie him up here. Northview picks it up, but Moore takes it back. Moore behind his net, try to get it over to Webb. Webb tried to find McIntosh in the slot, but it'll go for an icing on the play. Face off for Ebersbach again. He'll try to get it back to the point with the Wildcats. Off of a player and wide of the net. Joseph delivers the check. May have been a hook. Nothing called. Now it'll come to McIntosh at the point. Northview sends it back in. Moore blocked that attempt to get back in. Now McIntosh, he's hit hard. That'll draw a penalty. Sudlow to come to the bench. Delayed penalty upcoming to Northview. Now to come to Webb. He's cross-checked. That could be another penalty, but Ebersbach fights to check 2-on-1 for the Bobcats. Ebersbach shot loose in front, and Nowak will cover up. We'll see if there's one or two penalties. It's going to be one. So the Bobcats go ahead to the power play here with 5:46 remaining in the first. It'll be Casson, Powers, Feehan, Loomis, and Schick. As the Northview coach is not happy. Face off one there by the Wildcats. Held in there by Schick. Schick will walk the line. Back to Loomis. Loomis, his shot tipped wide. It's loose in front. Feehan trying to dig for it. And now Powers controlling. Powers.
At 9:14 of the first.
Schick unable to hold it in. Now it's a foot race here. Possible break here for Northview. Sudlow's going to have to come up strong. He does! As the puck will hit the netting and halt play. Big save there by Gavin Sudlow on the shorthanded break for Northview. With 135 left in the power play for the for the Bobcats. Casson will win this draw. Joseph, he'll quarterback. Looks for Casson, gets it to Powers. Powers sets it up for Casson. Casson uses Powers as a screen. Dangling, holding the line are the Wildcats, and dumping it in is Casson. Powers try to get there first, he will. Stick lifts one as the Wildcat falls down, pokes it back to Joseph. Joseph to Wisniewski. Wisniewski, he looks to get this one on net, tipped wide by Casson. Casson back to Wisniewski at the point. He'll send it back low for Casson. Feehan. Turnaround shot will go. Blocker save by Northview. Sends it right back to Casson, to Powers, back to Wisniewski. Feehan in front, tipped wide by, actually didn't tip it as Nowak saw that one. Feehan tried to tip it. And 56 seconds left on the power play for the Bobcats. They'll send out the second line. Loomis and Schick back out with Clausen, Johnson, and Winger. Clausen for the draw. Clausen lost it. Northview has Clausen on the stick lift. Loomis unable to hold it in as Schick will regroup. Schick waits for Clausen. Schick over to Loomis. Loomis, he has ice. He'll skate it. Passes over to Johnson. Johnson around one. Expecting to maybe drop pass to Clausen. Clausen in, shots high off the mask of the Wildcat netminder and over Schick and out with 25 in the power play for the Bobcats. It'll be Schick up to Loomis again. Loomis over to Clausen. Clausen lost it. Schick gloves it, hands it down as Northview has to tag up. They'll send it over now to Johnson. Johnson into the zone. Slides it back to Loomis. Loomis one time tipped in front, loose in front. It was tipped by Winger. Now Loomis can't hold it in, and it'll be Schick with 2-1, and we're even. Back to even strength of the Wildcats. Now it'll be Johnson controlling. Tipped it up to Clausen. Clausen makes a Wildcat fall down, uses him as a screen, and he'll go into the zone. Clausen, he's cross-checked to the ice, nothing called. But Johnson gets it in the slot, lost it, and Clausen gets it right back. He's being held, nothing called. And now Northview sends it back. Clausen back on it. Sends it low for Johnson. Johnson sends it again low, lost it. Northview trying to chip it out. They will, but Schick's right there to control it. Schick pokes it over to Wisniewski. Wisniewski up to Clausen. He'll tip it in, and a full line change for the Bobcats will allow Northview to come out for the breakout. Feehan quick off the bench, though, as Northview will tip that one in. Icing waved off. Sudlow settles it for Moore for the Bobcats with 2:50 left in the period. It'll be sends it over to Joseph. Joseph off the glass, right to Powers. Controls it into the zone. Leaves it for Casson. Has it poked off his stick right to Powers, though. Northview back on it. 3-on-4 they go. Powers off of Moore and wide. Now to come to over to Powers' point. And Casson or Moore tried to find Powers, gets it to Feehan instead. They'll go the way. He'll dump it, try to dump it in. Casson over skates, and now Northview going the other way. Northview's shot will go right into the glove of Gavin Sudlow. He'll hold on to it. Bobcats will send out Clausen, Johnson, Winger against the Wildcats top line. Face off one there by the Wildcats. They'll hit the point. Left point shot will go. Tipped off of a Wildcat, off of the pad of Sudlow and wide. Now Clausen and Loomis battling over to Joseph. Joseph off the boards, gets it out to Winger, but played with a high stick as face-off will come back into the Bobcat defensive zone. Face off for Clausen again. Clausen lost it. Face off shot will go high. Right behind the net. It's sitting there. Loomis pokes it right to a Wildcat. Poked wide there by Joseph. Now Winger up to Johnson, who tipped it, but it'll go too far for an icing on the Bobcats. With under 2 to play, it's still 0-0 between the Wildcats and the Bobcats. Both teams have had a power play. Clausen still remains out there. His line, Clausen to take the draw for the Bobcats. Gets number 17 for the Wildcats in Seals. Clausen wins it to the corner for Joseph, who sends a Wildcat to the ice. Now Clausen will send him off with a cross check. Joseph whiffed on the first attempt to Winger. Winger leaves it for Clausen. Clausen dangled one, and now he'll exit the zone with Johnson onside. Clausen. Johnson goes right to the net. So does Winger. Now Johnson able to pick it out. Johnson leaves it for Clausen. Off of him and over to Loomis. Loomis will let it come out. He'll halt up, sends it right back in on delayed offside. Now sending it home run pass. Icing will be called, though, on the Wildcats. So offensive zone faceoff coming with a minute and change to go in the first period. After the fast-paced first half of the period, pace has slowed down here in the second half. There's another little delay here. As the net has come off its moorings a little bit. Casson to take the draw for the Bobcats. He'll lose it. As play will come over to Feehan's side. Backing up is Wisniewski. He'll play it. He'll send it right back in. And Powers and Feehan to chase. Looking for stretch pass again on the Wildcats back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski up to Feehan. Feehan dumped it over to Casson, who's in a foot race. He'll lose it. Can't get there in time with Schick. He'll leave it for Powers. He'll send it over to Casson. He'll finish the dump. Feehan and Casson converge on it. Dangling right through is Northview, over through Powers, and off of a Wildcat right back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski with under a minute to play. Powers and Casson converge, getting the puck back with Powers. Skate 2 lost it. It's in his skates. Dumps it out of the zone. Wildcats will retreat. Looking for the pass. And Casson on the forecheck. Northview will send it in. And now it'll be sent over back behind the net of the Wildcats. Still on it. Schick able to poke it free on the stick lift. With Casson's help. Casson leaves it around for Powers. Powers couldn't get it out. Now Northview has a chance here with under 10 seconds to play. Now off the boards and out for the Bobcats, as icing will be waved off, and that'll do it for the period. Bobcats and Wildcats, 0-0 after one. As both a lot of back and forth play. Both teams go 0-for-1 on the power play in that opening period. When we come back, we'll have second period of action right here on YouTube. Welcome back out here, Slater Family Ice Arena, Bowling Green Bobcats and the Northview Wildcats. Just about set for the second period of action, or what I like to call it, the period of long change, as the defensemen have to travel a little longer than in the first and the third periods to change players. Meantime, no carryover penalties or power plays for either team, so we'll skate 5-a-side to start the period. It'll be Powers, Cass, and Feehan, Schick, and Loomis. The 5 to start off for the Bobcats. Shots that first period were 11-7 in favor of the Wildcats. As the Bobcats get ready to take the center ice face-off, it's Shane Casson. Against the Wildcat in Benny Seals. Casson will win the draw. Back to Schick. He'll go DDD to Loomis. Loomis whiffs on the dump attempt. He'll now get it up to Casson. Casson can't keep it in as Northview will chip it out. Powers will send it back in on delayed offside. Tagging up with the Bobcats. Northview looking for the stretch pass, and they get it. It's number 14. Loomis on the forehand shoots and scores. Wildcats on the stretch pass, and they get it to go. It's 1-0 with 23 seconds into the second. As the Wildcats went forehand, backhand on Sudlow, it's 1-0. Bobcats try to get it back. Clausen now. He'll lose the draw as Northview to send it in. Gallahan chips it right back up to Johnson as Northview goes D to D. Back to the other defenseman in Amos. And Ames. Now Northview backs it, sends it back in. Gallahan intercepted that. Northview back on it though. Sends it behind the net. Northview now walking high, cycles high. As Winger will take a penalty here.
Elliott. Harrell from Elliott at 23 seconds of the second period.
Delayed penalty coming to the Bobcats, who try to touch up, and they will. As the Bobcats, with a minute gone here, allow a goal and take a penalty. It's a tripping call as there will be Rhett Winger heading to the box. It'll be Clausen, Johnson, Wisniewski, and Moore out for the Bobcats. Face off one there by Clausen, but Northview back on it hard as Moore unable to get it out.
Rhett Winger, 2 minutes for tripping. Winger for tripping at the 59-second mark of the second period.
Now Northview back on it. They'll work the deep slot as the puck will come out of the zone. As Johnson now forcing him to go back, pokes it off his stick, and Johnson hard on the forecheck, creates a turnover but can't get it back. Now Northview on the stretch pass. They'll go the other way into the zone, 2-on-3. Halting up, looking to dump it right back around. Wisniewski trying to get there in time, won't do so. Sends one off the puck. Johnson able to send it all the way down. As Northview will send their top unit back out with a minute 12 left in the power play for the Wildcats. Casson unable to poke it free. Northview now sees a lot of open ice. Skates into the zone, 3-on-2. Shot will go off of Sudlow and right to Wisniewski though, who can't get it out. Northview now cycles high. Back to the deep slot. It's Seals. Seals looking to head up. Shot will go wide of the net. Now Northview. Bobcats holding their diamond. Shot will go right into Sudlow's chest and halt play. With 44 seconds left in the penalty to Rhett Winger. It'll be Casson and Powers, Schick and Loomis. Now Casson wins it back to Loomis, over to Powers. Powers, hard around and out of reach for the goaltender, so he'll try to settle. He'll really come out of his net to settle it down for the Wildcats, as Casson will force him back. Powers now to forecheck. As it'll come down to Casson on the forecheck. As Northview breaks out into the zone, they'll dump it in. Northview first two though. Schick over his stick. Loomis pokes it off in. Loomis now sends it around for Casson as Northview holds it in. Northview now on the half boards. Left circle, back to deep slot, walks in. Now right circle, one-time shot, whiffs on it. Shot tipped into the glass by Sudlow. As Casson, he's tripped up, nothing called. And that'll still nothing called. Now to be Powers going the other way with Winger. Powers shot tipped, went wide. Sudlow to come to the bench on the delayed penalty by Northview. As the Bobcats now will head to the power play. With 11:50 left in the second. We'll see who the Bobcats send out. It'll be Clausen, Winger, and Johnson with Wisniewski and Joseph. They're going to get the Wildcats for a rough. Face off for Clausen to take. Clausen off the draw, comes right to the Wildcats goaltender who couldn't get there in time, and Sudlow will get the puck settled down.
Symbolic. 2-minute minor for roughing.
So roughing the call, Wisniewski now sends it over to Johnson. Johnson up to Clausen. Clausen into the zone, onside is Winger. Winger drives right to the net, shot went blocked wide. Johnson's shot was blocked by his own man. Now Winger sends it low to Clausen. Johnson goes right to the net, Winger. Joseph to Winger. Winger trying to fight through, one shot save by Northview. It'll stay inside for the Bobcat offensive zone. It'll be Clausen to take it. Clausen wins it to Joseph. Joseph's shot was blocked into the corner. Now Northview back on it. They'll try to chip it out, and they will. Not hard on the forecheck, though, so it'll allow Sudlow to leave it for Joseph. Joseph. He'll break out. He'll carry it into the neutral zone. He'll look to dump it in, and he will. He's tripped up. Nothing called. And now Northview sends it back to Winger, though. Clearing attempt held in there by Wisniewski. Right back to the Wildcats, though, and Johnson. Johnson over to Clausen. Clausen leaves it for Johnson. Johnson tried to stick lift one as the goaltender falls down. Winger over to Johnson. Johnson backdoor to pass to Clausen. Loose in front, nets off. As the referee will let it play continue as Northview now on the breakout. Around Joseph, takes him wide. Clausen now shot went wide as Clausen's hit hard. As Northview will draw a penalty here from Braden Clausen. And I think they're going to give Clausen a 5-minute major. They're going to give him a 5. Oh, they said. Or maybe it's a 2. Meanwhile, Clausen will head to the box for a weird penalty. Not really sure what the call was. 4-on-4 we skate. Face off won there by the Bobcats and Casson. He'll give it to Schick with 22 in the 4-on-4. Powers over to Casson.
Clausen, 2 minutes for boarding. Clausen for boarding at 4:45 of the second period.
Now Loomis can't control it. It's in the feet of a Wildcat. And the Bobcats will back up with 5 seconds left in the penalty. As Northview looking for the stretch pass. As Northview now into the zone onside. It's number 14. Back to the deep slot. Left point shot will go. Tipped off of Sudlow's stick and wide. And he'll cover up. It'll be Johnson and Ebersbach to kill the rest, some of the penalty. Out there still is Schick and Loomis. As Northview will be kicked out of the face-off dot. and they'll still win it. Back to the point. Now fake the shot, blocked there by Ebersbach. Now Johnson tried to get it up to him, and it will be kicked out by Ebersbach. He'll send it all the way down. As Bryce Ebersbach, he'll remain on the ice, and he'll forecheck for the Bobcats. Now Northview picks it up. Ebersbach poked it off their stick. With under a minute to play, or under a minute in the power play, Northview leaves it for Schick though. Schick knocks it down. He'll send it back out, and downhill forecheck. And now Ebersbach back to Johnson, as Northview, I think, will be called for a penalty here. The referees were talking about it, something. Nope, just puck went into a bench, I'm guessing. Not really sure. Face-off won there by Ebersbach, as he will win the battle, and he'll clear it all the way down. With 30 in the power play for the Wildcats, Ebersbach on the hard chase creates a 4-on-3 going the other way for Wildcats. As Johnson holds the line around one, poked off their stick, throws it back in front, blocked by Wisniewski. Now Ebersbach able to send it all the way down. As Casson off the bench for Ebersbach, as he's slowed on the back check. Poked off their stick, Moore pokes it wide, as Johnson, he'll send it all the way down. As a Wildcat, he's slow to get up behind the play, as the Bobcats back to full strength. And now it's Casson on the puck. Over to Powers. Powers sends it low, turned it over. Wildcats on the breakout, and they'll go the way 4-on-2. Northview sends it wide of the net, as it'll find behind the net. Right in front is a Wildcat by himself, looking backdoor, cleared out of danger there by the Bobcats. And Feehan off the boards and out. Northview sends it back in on delayed offside. Now it'll come to Wisniewski. He'll send it off the boards, gets it out right to Casson. Casson here could have a break. Shane Casson on his backhand, Bridges forehand shot, save by Austin Nowak. Sorry, I missed the camera there. As Casson had almost the whole right side and shot it right into his glove. 7:28 remains in the second. Still 1-0 Northview. Joseph back to Gallahan. Couldn't corral it. Gallahan looks to send it back over to Joseph. Joseph, he'll send it off the boards right to Powers. Over to Casson. Casson, Nowak has to come out, sends it back to the corner. He falls down, sends it off of a Wildcat right back to Casson. Casson back to Joseph. Joseph shot. Into the back of the net! Drake Joseph ties the game at 1! Drake Joseph let the shot go from the point. Nowak still hadn't recovered, and it's 1-1. As little extracurricular after the whistle. As Casson will head to the box here. Not sure if it's going to be an unsportsmanlike or if it's going to be a 2-minute minor. As Powers will head to the captain's circle. They will give him a 2-minute, as Rogo is not happy on the bench, as Powers is explaining it to the referee. As Casson was trying to get back to the bench, he was run into by a Wildcat. So Powers, Feehan, Joseph, and Loomis to come out for the Bobcats shorthanded. Face-off won there by Powers. He'll try to win it forward, as Northview will control on the power play. Northview tipped it in, and Seals walks in.
Unassisted. Joseph, unassisted.
Now Northview at the point. Shot will go off of Sudlow. It's loose in front. Now Joseph can't clear it out, as he was hooked up. Shot will go right off of Sudlow and wide. They're going to give Casson an unsportsmanlike penalty call. Now Seals back to the deep slot. Back to Seals, looking for the one time, back to the right circle. Shot will go off of Sudlow, he'll hold on to it. Good save there by Gavin Sudlow. A minute 25 left in the power play. Or a minute 23 left. Fresh 4 out for the Bobcats, and Schick, Wisniewski, Johnson, Clausen. Clausen tied up, wins it back actually to Wisniewski. He'll get it off the boards and gets it out off the help from a Northview glove. 0 for 2 are the Wildcats on the power play. As Clausen will send one off. As the referee tries, as Johnson will take a penalty. He didn't even touch him. As the Bobcats will head to take another penalty here. 5-on-3 for the Wildcats with 6:14 to go in the second. And it'll be Powers, Schick, and Clausen. Expect Powers to place defense here. Northview does not exercise their timeout. Face off to the left of Gavin Sudlow. Clausen wins it back to Schick in the corner. Schick trying to hold it down. Now Northview back behind the net. Back to the point.
2 minutes for tripping. Johnson.
Shot will be tipped high. Sudlow never saw the tip. So Johnson for tripping. Now walking it is number 6 for Northview. Back around is number 14. Now controlling it is, I believe it's Seals at the point. No, it's not. It's Ames. Ames gets it back. Deep slot shot will go off of Sudlow. May have hit the post. As now walking in. Northview looking backdoor. Shot will go. Blocked there by Nick Powers. Right back to Ames though. Sudlow squared up to the play. Schick boxing out. Now walks in again, shoots, save, rebound, score. Northview capitalizes on the 5-on-3, and it's 2-1 Wildcats. They'll still have a minute 15 to play on the Johnson minor. Penalties killing the Bobcats here. It'll be Clausen in for the draw. Clausen tried to win it forward to Powers, couldn't do so, and now Northview back on it. Northview looks for the dump, they will. Wisniewski tried to get there first, was beat to it though by the Wildcats. And now Northview walks in.
Assisted by number 18.
As Powers takes a cross check and neutralized. Shot will go tipped, blocked by Powers. Seals will get the power play goal for the Wildcats and with the 2-1 lead. Wildcats now deep slot with 45 in the power play. Shot will be tipped. It's loose in front. Sudlow doesn't see it. Wisniewski gets it out of danger. Now it'll back to the point of the Wildcats. Wildcats shot will be tipped off of Sudlow's stick and wide. Wisniewski on his backhand gets it out of the zone. Nowak to quickly come out of his net to play it. Powers comes off. Ebersbach comes on. Clausen looks to remain on. Northview on the stretch. They look to get it out. And back in the zone are the Wildcats. Dumps it in around. It'll be Ebersbach. Sudlow no stick. As it'll come over to number 14 for Northview. No stick for Sudlow. Shot will be blocked there. Moore couldn't get it out. Now out of the box is Johnson. Blocked there by Clausen. Now backdoor, looking backdoor are the Wildcats. Now Ebersbach trying to get it out. Can't do so. As I believe that's Wisniewski. He's slow to get up. As the Bobcat trainer, Megan Wade, will look like she'll come on to the ice for a quick sec, as I think it's Wisniewski may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. .356 left. Bobcats back to even strength. Down 2-1. It'll be Cassidy in for the draw. He'll win it. to himself. He'll look to regroup behind the net. Find Powers. Powers has Feehan streaking. Powers goes down center lane, has it poked off his stick. Loomis out there with Joseph, goes D to D to him. Joseph tried to get it to Powers, couldn't get it to him. Now Casson and Feehan. Feehan up to Powers. Pass was blocked there by the Wildcats. Northview again looking for a stretch pass. Off of Joseph. Icing, he didn't touch it. Will be waved off though. Sudlow comes out of his net for Feehan to play. Feehan on his backhand, can't get it out. Casson lost it. Feehan as well, tries to get help. It's Casson now battling with Feehan. Now Northview sends it over. Now Powers able to chip it out. Off the boards, it'll be on net, so Nowak will have to play it, and he'll have to cover up to halt play with 3:06 to play in the second. (2-1) Wildcats over the Bobcats. Face-off one there by the Bobcats, and their shot will go into the netting to halt play. .302 now remain in the second. Clausen in for the draw. Clausen back to Winger. Winger to Joseph. Joseph, he'll let the shot go. Tipped off the glove of Nowak and wide. Now Johnson fights over. Johnson leaves it for Clausen. Clausen sends it low. Right as Winger in front. Loose in front. Nowak poked it right into the back of the net. Luke Johnson ties the game at 2. With 2:49 remaining in the second, the Bobcats tie it back up. It's Luke Johnson. As he squeaked one past Nowak to tie the score. It'll be Clausen again in for the draw. He'll lose it. He'll get it back though right off the face-off. Sends it back to Schick. Schick over to to Wisniewski. Good to see him back. Johnson will take a cross check. Nothing called.
Johnson, assisted by number 21, Rhett Winger, and number 11, Braden Clausen. Johnson from Winger and Clausen at 12:11 of the second.
So Johnson from Clausen and Winger. Meanwhile, Schick will send it out and down for an icing on the Bobcats, as it was Johnson cross-checked in neutral ice. Rogo is not happy on that Bobcat bench. The Clausen in for the draw. Clausen wins it over to Schick. Northview takes it back though and seals. Sends it low. Schick poked it around right to Johnson. He'll clear it out of the zone. Now Northview will send it back into the crowd to halt play. Face-off should come at neutral ice. That'll be Clausen in for the draw. As referee dropped the puck and the linesman dropped the puck, the referee waved it back off. Face-off one there by Clausen. Back to Schick to Wisniewski. Wisniewski, he'll dump it in. On net, Clausen first two. Clausen sends it right on net. Cleared out of danger there by the Wildcats. Now Johnson. Back to the point to Wisniewski. His shot, blocker save, right to Clausen though. Clausen cycles right to Johnson, couldn't connect. Johnson back to Schick. Schick, he'll send it low for Johnson. Johnson tried to find Winger in the slot, couldn't get it to him. Now Winger takes the hit, gives the hit. Schick unable to hold it in. Now it'll be Wisniewski on his backhand up to Johnson. Johnson takes a slash, nothing called. As his stick slashed out of his hand. Now to come right to the Wildcats, who will send it down for an icing on the play. Coach Rogalski with 1:19 to play in the second, getting an explanation from the referee of why that wasn't a slash. He's been animated this whole period, has Rogalski. It'll be Casson in for the faceoff. He'll win it over to Feehan, who's tackled. Nothing called. Now Northview's able to break out. Hip check there by Joseph, sends one off the puck. Loomis trends it around for Feehan. Feehan poked off his stick. Now Loomis. Loomis looking for the stretch pass. He'll chip it off the boards over to Casson, who tipped it in. Icing waved off. Off the boards, Northview. Joseph tackled one. The shot will go high of Sudlow. Now off the boards and out, or not out. Northview back on it. They'll send it deep for Joseph. Joseph. Slash, nothing. That'll draw a penalty. Sudlow to go to the bench, but Bobcats to the power play here. As Joseph took a charge and a knee. Bobcats with 30 seconds left will head to the power play. Northview sending their big guns out to kill it with 30 seconds left. Watch for a shorthanded break here, as the Wildcats have already had a stretch pass breakaway goal. It'll be Clausen in for the draw. He's out there with Joseph and Loomis. Puck finds Joseph at the point, shot right to Johnson. Was blocked and went right to Johnson. Now Northview able to chip it out. Joseph gloves it down, takes a slash. Joseph off of a Wildcat and right to Johnson. Johnson trying to protect the puck, gets it to Joseph. Joseph dumps it in with 10 seconds left in the period. Nowak up to Clausen, and Northview will try to escape around Loomis, but we'll run out of time here as the Bobcats and Wildcats will head back into the locker room tied. Both teams get 2 goals in that period, as the Bobcats got 2 past Nowak, while the Wildcats got 2 past Sudlow. One of those being a 5-on-3 goal for the Wildcats, so the Bobcats strike from Joseph, gets 1, and Johnson got the other. When we come back, we'll have third period of action right here on YouTube. Welcome back out here, Slater Family Ice Arena. Bowling Green Bobcats with the 5-on-4 power play for another minute 30. We got 15 minutes to go in the third. 27:40 left on the curfew clock. Casson wins it cleanly back to Schick. Schick up to Loomis. Or that's Wisniewski. Wisniewski turned it over right to the Wildcats. Wildcats send it right back around and down. Sudlow leaves it for Schick. Schick sets it for Casson. Casson. He'll break out. Around 1 and 2, he'll dump it in. Feehan trying to get there first. Nowak comes out of his net to play it. Wisniewski up to Powers, leaves it for Casson. Casson sets it down, back to Schick. Schick walks over to Wisniewski. Wisniewski, his shot tipped, went wide. Now Casson, Schick's in a foot race, he'll lose it. Now Northview has a chance here one-on-one. Against Wisniewski, lost the puck. Wisniewski doesn't know where it is, he's chasing. Now Northview sends it back, Powers intercepts. Powers up to Casson, tipped over, tried to get it to Feehan, couldn't get it to him. Now Northview will send it down. Icing waved off with 22 in the power play for the Bobcats. Sudlow sets it down for Schick. Schick. Up to Powers. Powers has ice. He'll skate it. Powers has Johnson driving the net. Halts up. Back to the point to Joseph. Wasn't there in time. He'll have to regroup. Joseph back over to Schick. Schick dumps it in. Back to even strength are the Wildcats. With now Winger. Sets it for Johnson. Johnson back to Clausen. Clausen sends it on net. Shot went wide. Winger now in a foot race. He's cross-checked. Down. Nothing called. Falls on top of the puck. Johnson, though, sends it right back to Winger. Winger back to Johnson. Now it'll be Schick. Schick and Winger battling. Now 2-on-1 now for Northview. Northview against Joseph. Joseph plays the pass. Blocked it. Shot went wide. Actually didn't connect on the shot with the Wildcats. Now it'll come right to Winger in the slot. Poked up to Clausen. Clausen trying to find Johnson. As Johnson was interfered with in the nothing called. Now Seals on the puck around Winger. Johnson poked it off his stick. No, Winger. Schick turned it right over to Winger. Or to Seals, now dangling in. Northview shoots, save, Sudlow. It'll be Clausen in for the draw. He'll win it. Back to Joseph. Joseph up to Winger. Winger gets it out, takes a high hit. Icing waved off. And now Winger. Now it'll be Joseph chipping it out. Northview sends it back in. Controlling it there is Loomis. Takes it in front of his own net, off the boards over to Johnson. Northview sends it right back in. Loomis, though. Loomis over to Joseph. Joseph up to Winger. Winger tipped it in. Icing will be called, though, on the Bobcats. It'll be Casson's line coming back out with Galaha and Wisniewski. Casson for the draw. Tied up. Powers to try to escape the zone with it. Shot will go wide by Northview. Now Galahan off the boards with the Feehan's help gets it out. Now Casson's in a foot race. Icing, though, will be called on the Bobcats. It'll come to the Wildcats and Bobcats off the draw. It'll come back to the point. Feehan trying to poke it free. Casson and Galahan. Casson calls him off. Casson now behind his own net. Flying the zone is Powers and Feehan. Now Powers try to get it up to Feehan. Couldn't get it to him. Northview back on it into the zone. Around Galahan. Wisniewski off the boards. Can't get it out. down low. Wisniewski's cross-checked. Nothing called. He is slow to get up. Is Wisniewski. And now it'll come down. As that'll draw a penalty. Sudlow to come to the bench. Powers now shoots wide. Casson throws it back in the slot. Gullahan to Feehan. As Northview will touch up. Bobcats to head to the power play. Good job there by Caden Wisniewski to draw a penalty as he was down. Took a cross check as he fell down. So the Bobcats with 11:03 to go will head back to the power play. .11:03 to play. As the Northview bench upset with the call. It'll be Clausen in for the draw. Clausen wins it cleanly back to Schick. Schick sends it to Winger. Winger, he's hit high. Now it'll be Clausen. Sends it for Johnson. Johnson.
2 minutes for roughing. Lehman.
Sends it low. Lehman for roughing. Loomis can't hold it in. So Lehman will get called for the rough. And now Schick. He'll settle it down with 1:35 on the power play. He'll see ice to Johnson. Johnson into the zone with space. Has Winger dropped it, poked off his stick. And now Northview tried to send it out. Schick blocked that attempt. And now Northview clears it down. Settling it up is Loomis. Leaves it for Clausen. Clausen. Around one. Made one miss. He'll try to make another miss. He will. Kept it instead of dropping it. Clausen, he falls down. He's hit hard. But Winger sends it back. Loomis needs to back up. Now it'll come to Northview. Schick realizes he's the lone man back. Pokes it wide. Northview now halting up. Sending it back. And it'll come back to the Wildcats. Just looking to kill time in the penalty. We'll send it down with 50 to go in the power play. Casson's line to come out. Schick up to Clausen. Clausen made one miss. He'll look to Powers. He'll tip it in. But they're going to say Powers didn't touch it, so icing will be called on the Bobcats for the defensive zone face-off for Casson to take. Casson to take the draw. Northview will send, or Casson wins it to Joseph. Joseph to Casson. He'll set it up. Casson. He'll take ice. Takes it right down center. Casson around one. On side of the Bobcats. Feehan driving the net. Casson behind the net. Throws it right in front of Powers. Jumped his stick. Joseph, his shot will go as the net's off. As the whistle will finally blow. Joseph had a good chance there with 19 seconds left in the power play for the Bobcats. 9:22 in the third, 19:25 left in the curfew clock. Casson to take the draw. Casson lost it. Northview able to hard around. Wisniewski holds it in for a second. Now it'll be going the other way are the Wildcats. One-on-one against Joseph, who poked it off his stick. Joseph back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski with 4-3 up to Powers off his stick. Icing will be called, though, on the Bobcats, as the Wildcats are back to full strength with 9:01 to play in the third. Looks like the Bobcats are running two lines right now against the Wildcats. It'll be Casson in for the face-off. He'll win it back to Joseph. Joseph back to Casson. Casson falls down to Feehan. Over to Powers. He'll lead the attack. Powers dumps it in. He'll go in right in after it. He takes a cross check. Nowak plays it right to Powers, though. And now Feehan takes it right back to the Bobcats. Back to Casson. Casson looking back toward Powers. Couldn't connect. Now Joseph, one-time shot. Tipped by Feehan. It's loose in front. Feehan on the back end. What a save by Nowak. Loose in front. Digging for it. And Feehan, drawing a crowd, will cover up. Will Nowak. Great chance there for the Bobcats, but couldn't capitalize. It'll be Casson in for the draw. As Northview's waved out. 8:36 to play. Casson wins it cleanly back to Joseph. Joseph, his shot will be tipped high and wide. Feehan and Casson miscommunicate. Northview on the clearing attempt right to Joseph. He'll send it back in, delayed offside. Now Northview looking for the stretch. Tipped in. It'll come to Joseph. Joseph, he's interfered with, turns it right over to the Wildcats in the slot. It seals. Powers forces him back to the point. Shot will go. Blocked there by Joseph. Feehan over to Casson. Casson up to Powers, a little too far for him. So icing will be called on the Bobcats. With 8:03 to play. It'll be Clausen in to take the draw. Clausen lost it. Northview back at the point. Shot whiffed on it. Back on it. Shot will go high. Now hustling over is Johnson. Can't get there in time. It'll be Clausen taking it over. He cross-checked a Wildcat down. Nothing called. Should have been a penalty there. But Clausen up to Johnson. Johnson. He'll send it over to Winger. Tape to tape. Winger tried to dangle one. Toes outside. Lost the puck. Northview sends it back around. Winger tipped it back to the point. And he'll battle on the boards. And so will Johnson. More over skates. And now Northview has a chance here. Northview trying to get around Loomis. Shot will go. Save Sudlow. It's loose in front. Loomis plays it back over to Moore. Moore up to Winger. Couldn't get it to him. Northview right back to Moore. Moore dumps it in with 7:15 to play. Johnson first two for the Bobcats. He's being held on to. Does it right in front for Winger. Shot just went wide. Now Casson first off the bench as Winger will head off. Now Moore on the pinch. Can't hold it in. Moore. Loomis calls him off. Loomis. Powers wants it. Loomis up to Casson. Casson dangled one. Has Feehan over to him. Lost it. Gets it back. Does Casson. Loses Loomis as a screen. Turned it over. Shot will go off of Sudlow. Almost into the back of the net. Had to make the save there. Moore up to Powers. Powers gets the red line. He'll try to dump it in. Intercepted there by the Wildcats. Casson tried to force him back. Powers doing the same. Now Northview. Powers takes it back. Feehan now back in the zone of the Wildcats. Shot will go. Save Sudlow, and they'll hold on to it. With 6:26 to go in the second, or in the third, with 14:50 left in the curfew clock. It'll be Ebersbach, Clausen, and Johnson. Ebersbach to play wing. Clausen wins it, lost it. Johnson blocked the shot, went wide. Now Northview looking to send it back to the point. Johnson couldn't tip it back. Shot will go. Northview shot saved. Sudlow doesn't know where it is. Loose in front. And now Clausen tried to escape with Johnson. Ebersbach to play high. Johnson sends this one in on net. Right to Clausen, though. Clausen tipped it wide, sent it wide. Now Johnson delivers the check. Clean check. May have been a little high. Nothing called. Now Schick down low. Has Clausen covering for him. Ebersbach try to send it back to Johnson. He does. Johnson sends it right back in front for Clausen. Couldn't get there in time. Now Northview escapes his own 2-on-2. Northview into the zone. Clausen on the back check. Shot will go to Sudlow. Now it'll be Clausen trying to regroup over to Wisniewski. Wisniewski quick up to Johnson. He'll head off for a change. Ebersbach remains on. Feehan and Casson come out. Now Northview back on it. Feehan finishing his check. Casson takes it back. Now Schick, his pass was blocked right back to the Northview. Northview unable to get it, keep it in deep though, and Casson takes over. Casson, he'll fly the zone, into the zone. Casson shot blocked, right back to Feehan though, who fights through all the checks, gets it down low to Casson. Casson back up to the point. Wisniewski, he'll try to poke it free, he does. Spinorama there, Powers halts that attempt by the Wildcats. They'll go the other way, 2-on-2. Onside, halting up, poking it down and around against Schick with 5 to play in the third. Northview sending it back down low, free in the slot. Shot will go off the post and wide. Northview again, shot saved by Sudlow with 4:53 to play in the third. Still 2-2 score. It'll be Casson out there with Feehan and Powers, Loomis, and Joseph. Face-off won there by the Bobcats. Powers fights through all the checks, trying to find Feehan. Again, couldn't get it to him. Now it'll be Northview back in against Loomis, who poked it free. Casson gets it out of the zone. Sending it back in, though, are the Wildcats. Casson chipped it right back into the Wildcats. Loomis, he'll look to Joseph. Joseph lost it for a second, has to regroup. Clausen off the bench. Loomis back to Joseph. Joseph up to Powers. Powers on his backhand, gets it to Clausen, right back to Loomis. Loomis, he'll go around one. Loomis lets the shot go. Saved by Nowak. Two-two score here between the Bobcats and the Wildcats, with 4:19 left in the third. Clausen out there now with Winger and Johnson. Clausen will lose the draw. Northview with a reset behind their own net. Winger tries to force him wide. Northview sets it back, and they'll on the breakout. Joseph backing up. Shot will go off of Sudlow and into the corner. First two, though, are the Wildcats. Joseph sends him off. First two again, though, are the Wildcats. They'll look to get it high. Loomis falls down after making the check. Clausen breaking out. Has Johnson flying. Clausen sends it in on net. Saved by Nowak. Now Northview can't get it out. Winger holds it in. He'll dump it back down. Now it's Clausen trying to forecheck. Winger as well. Creates a turnover with Johnson. Johnson. His shot will go. Blocker save. Right back to the Wildcats who fall down. Johnson first two. Johnson throws it in front. Winger couldn't get there in time. Winger. He'll look low. Sends it around towards the end of their shift are the Bobcats. Now Northview on the stretch pass. Joseph balked that. Off the boards high and out. As it'll be Winger quickly trying to get to the bench. Allowing Northview to break out into the zone. Drop pass. Backing up are the Bobcats, whiffing on the shot. Feehan delivers a check. Casson and Powers 2-on-2 the other way. Casson curls, drag, shot wide. Now Powers can't get there in time. Northview still on it. Schick able to hold it in. Casson does as well. Casson holds it in. Casson, his slap shot blocked, then high of Nowak with 2:55 to play in the third. Feehan up to Powers, back to Feehan. He'll send it low for Casson. Couldn't corral it. Powers. He gets the body plate on him, kicks it right to Casson though. Casson, he shoots off the post. And Schick has to regroup. Schick up to Feehan. Feehan dumps it in. He'll head off for a change. Clausen and Johnson still come out. Powers still out there. Powers holds it, holds the line. He'll head off now for a change. And Schick, the ice time leader for the Bobcats, now on the buck. Schick back to Wisniewski, back to Schick. Schick leaves it for Johnson. Johnson finds Clausen. He'll fly the zone with Winger. Winger skate to Wildcat, right back to Winger. Right to Clausen though. Clausen dangled one. He's in the corner with 2 minutes to play in the third. Clausen leaves it low for Winger. Winger walks from behind the net. Now Schick. Schick. He fumbled it. Shots. Glove save by Nowak. With under 2 to play here in the third. Timeout, Northview. So Northview will exercise their timeout with 1:56 to play in the third. And Bobcats, if you're just tuning in, 2-2 with the Wildcats with 1:55 left in the third, 8:15 left in the curfew clock. Bobcats still will have their timeout. Northview has called theirs just now. Again, Northview getting one of their all 4 goals in the second period. Northview got the first one. Bobcats responded with Drake Joseph's shot from the point. Then Northview scored on a 5-on-3, and then Johnson squeaked one past Nowak. Bobcats to send out Clausen, Johnson, Winger, Loomis, and Joseph with 1:56 to play in the third. Clausen for the draw. Loomis is in the shooting position. Joseph back at the point. Face off one right to Joseph, though. Joseph, his shot was blocked there by a Wildcat. Lost his stick, now winger. Has to keep it low, he will. Off of a Wildcat right to Clausen. Clausen, he tried to out-finesse the Wildcat, falling down. Now Northview trying to escape the zone. Johnson pocketed him. He'll send it right back in, will Luke Johnson, with 1:35. Clausen. Reversing there are the Wildcats. Johnson trying to pickpocket him. He does. Now Northview still on it. Looking for the fly. The zone are the Wildcats. Icing will be called on the Wildcats as the Bobcats will have an offensive zone face-off with Nick Powers, Shane Cass, and Cooper Feehan. We'll see if they bring out Easton Schick or not. They'll leave Joseph and Loomis out there. It'll be Casson with 1:16 or 1:20 to go in the third. Casson lost the draw. Feehan tried to fight through it. Northview able to escape and clear it out off of Joseph and down. Northview now in a foot race with Joseph. He takes a high stick. That'll draw a penalty. And Bobcats to the power play with 1:08 to go. And the stick came and caught Joseph up high. Bobcats to the power play for 1:10 remaining in the third. We'll see if they want to use their timeout. No, they won't. They'll send out the big guns and Cass and Powers, Feehan, Loomis, and Schick. Schick's been on fire lately. 3 goals in the tournament last weekend. Schick sends it low to Powers. Powers rings it around for Feehan. Feehan make it not get there in time. Loomis holds it in right to Feehan. Feehan lost it, and Northview sends it right back out. With 1 minute to go in the period, Schick, he's getting chased.
Liam Deasing, 2 minutes for high sticking.
So high sticking the call, Schick. Up to Casson, one touched it over to Feehan, couldn't get it to him. Now Powers can't hold it in. Now Loomis with under 40 to play. Loomis up to Casson, Casson. He dumped it in. Northview first 2. Northview will send it down, all the way down. Sudlow will come out his net. He's got a big sauce, so Sudlow will play it over to Loomis. Loomis with under 30. Loomis off the boards to Powers. Powers dumps it in. Now Nowak out of his net. And Loomis holds it in. Loomis, his shot will be tipped by Schick, or by Casson, just wide. Now Casson battling, lost the battle. Feehan now on the chase on the stick lift. He's going to get called for a hook. Will Cooper Feehan with 7 seconds to play in the third. 4-on-4 will skate. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Wildcats. We'll see what the Bobcats do. They put Schick, Clausen, Johnson, and Loomis out there. Face-off won there by the Bobcats. Trying to chip it out, and Johnson, he'll try to kill time here with, and that'll do it. And we'll head to overtime here with 3:40 left in the curfew clock. Overtime gonna start quickly here with the curfew clock down to 2:30. 4-on-4, we still skate. Clausen to take the draw. He'll try to win it over to Mr. Clutch, Luke Johnson. Now Clausen out there with Loomis and Powers to play defense. Powers on the 4-on-4. Now over to Loomis. Loomis over to Powers. Johnson, Clausen swinging and switching places. Powers dumps it in as Nowak plays it over to Johnson. Johnson has Clausen looking back door. Clausen shot tipped wide. Now Northview going the other way. Johnson will pickpocket him. For a second, Northview gets it back. Johnson and Clausen though. Clausen whiffing on the pass. Now it's going to be Loomis playing it back over to Powers with 7:24 left in overtime, minute 54 left in curfew. Now Powers up to Johnson. Johnson goes center lane. Johnson through defense, and Nowak will cover up. They're going to keep Johnson out there with Kasson and Schick and Wisniewski. Face off one there by Kasson. Up forward, it's loose in front. Johnson couldn't slam it home. Now Kasson backing up are the Bobcats. Northview back to back on the power play. Northview trying to fight through the defense. Sudlow pokes it to the corner. Now Johnson out there with Kasson. He'll ring it around. 52 left in the power play. Minute left in the curfew clock. Northview lets it go. Stays in the zone. Kasson's dangled. Northview now walking in. Poked off his stick there by Wisniewski. Kasson able to send it all the way down. With 35 left in the power play, Wildcats back on it. They'll turn it right over to Schick to Wisniewski, who can't clear it out. Now Kasson fights for it. Kasson trying to fight through, lost it. Northview sends it back around at the boards. Kasson falling down, though, as a Wildcat. Walking in as Seals. Shot will go. Save Sudlow. Wisniewski, he's got time on his backhand. Can't get it out. That could be costly here. Northview now walks in from the shot slot. Loose in front. Saved by Sudlow. Back to even strength now are the Bobcats. Feehan's out of the box. Shot tipped, blocked there by Schick. He's just trying to get this one out. And it'll come to Kasson. Kasson. Powers to Johnson. Johnson as curfew clock will run out. And that'll do it for the game. As it looks like the game here will end in a tie. We'll wait for confirmation, as the league officials most likely will not be happy with this call. As both teams off their benches. And that'll do it. Game will end in a tie. Two final score here between the Bobcats and the Wildcats. And that'll do it for the broadcast again. Final score 2-2 between the Bobcats and the Wildcats.